Now, in the last video, we used the console to run a few quick commands. That's great for testing. But today we're going to take a big step forward, and we're going to learn how to write scripts. Now, scripts let you save your code, return to it later, and build full projects. You can also rerun it later as well. All right, let's get into it. Here you can see I'm in RStudio again. This was the last session. We have everything here still, but I want to create a new R script. So I'm going to go to File, New, R script, and I'm going to clear this out. So down here in the console, when you create a new R script, the last session you did will still be down here, but if you don't need it, you can select Control L on a Mac and it just removes it. Now let's start to create a new script. By the way, when you want to create a new script, you can do a shortcut. On a Windows machine, you can do Control-Shift-N, or on a Mac, you can do Command-Shift-N. And as you see, that just opened up another tab. Here we're on Untitled 3, so you can just keep on creating those scripts with shortcuts. So you'll see that there's a blank editor, and this is where we'll, again, write and save our code. Now let's write a comment. So I'm going to put this comment. This is my first R script. Let's do some basic math. So as you can see, it turns it to green within this editor, and that tells you it's a comment. So sometimes when you're working with RStudio, you may want a comment. And the pound symbol here, that tells R that this is just a comment to not run this, because it can't. So let's do another example. So let's do the math example here. So pound math example. So this helps me to keep track of it. So when there's a pound sign again, R doesn't run the code on that line. So 5 times 3, Command Enter, what do you think would happen? There you see it down here, and it's 15. Simple math. Now that sends the line from your script to the console again. Covered that in the last video. But now, let's do this. Let's run this and assign a value. This is like saying x gets 10. So you can type the sign here, and that tells R that x gets 10. So we're assigning a value now. So we call this here the assignment operator, and we just say x gets 10. It's not x equals 10. It's x gets 10. So as you see down on the console, so it says, let's assign a value to a variable. So you see x gets 10. In an equation, x will get 10. But here, we put x again and then Command Enter. What do you think would happen? See, now you're telling RStudio x is 10. So down here in the console, as it runs x, you'll get the 10 here in the console. It will show you what it represents. And it says x equals 10. X is 10. Now let's do some more fun math here. So again, the pound sign just tells R not to run it. We're going to do some math with x though. So if x is 10, what do you think 10 plus 5 would be? Well, if you know elementary math, that would be 15, right? Because x is 10. We've established that. What about this one? X times 2. And x is 10. Let's select Command Enter. You get 20. You got this. So it's important to cover these very basic functions because this builds everything to understand how RStudio works. Now this should be it for this video. I want to keep them short and digestible. So let's save our work. I want to show you how to do this. So I'll go File, Save As, and then you can give your script a name. So I'll give my script a name as Lesson 2. And then I'll save that. By the way, the R at the end just means that this is an R script, and you'll use this format for all your saved code. Okay. Now, just an extra tip or so is that you can use Control S to often, save your script as you go along. So if you select Control S, that will save your script. Also, scripts are reusable, so you can reopen this later and run everything again. So you can run all of this again. This is how real data science and analyses work. This is how the data science work happens. It's in scripts. Awesome. Now you know how to run a script, write commands, assign variables, run code with Control Enter, and also save your work. Now in the next lesson, we'll add some serious power by installing and using packages, starting with the tidyverse, which may be your best friend in R for working with data. All right, we'll see you then.